Now there is a tip I want to give for this, and I have mentioned this before, like I said, but especially when working with a window, because it's not all of them, but some windows are double paned. So you have like a piece of glass here and then like air and then another piece of glass on the outside. So your vision can get kind of distorted while you're doing it. And depending on where you're looking at the, the thing you're tracing, it's going to change a bit. So first of all, you want to kind of stay in the same spot if possible. And another thing you can do that kind of helps, because it's hard to kind of remember where it is close one of your eyes. So I'm actually going to close, wait, let me think about this. I'm going to close this one because this is my good eye. This is my bad eye. So I'm going to close my eye like this so I can, keep everything on the same level. Because if you have both your eyes open and your eyes are functioning correctly, you have like a depth perception when having, eyes on both the side of your face to kind of like zone in on the object. You have, your eyes are seeing different things. Like if to demonstrate this, like if you close your eye and you look at something, like put your finger up, close your eye and close your other eye, then the finger moves because it's in two different spots. So because it's two different perspectives, based on which eye you're looking at. So it seems like it moves. Like for me, I know you can't see what's in front of me, but there's the window I did the song lyric thing on that I cleaned off. Right now, with my left eye, my finger is in the middle of the right half of that window. And when I close my left eye, this eye sees it as like almost all the way to the left of the left window. So it moves based on which eye you have open. So you want it to stay in the same spot. So you're going to close one of your eyes throughout the entire thing. And I said before, when I mentioned this tip before on another video, that if you don't want to keep your eye closed all the time, like if that's like physically straining to you, you may want to consider covering an eye with something like an eye patch or like a headband that you just put over one eye or something like that. I'm going to close it for today. So, again, I'm closing this one. You want to kind of get in a spot where you can stay in the same spot. Okay, I just want to make sure you can kind of see if I stand here. All right. So I'm going to kind of trace what I have there. And it's not perfect to begin with, so it's not going to look perfect. I'm tempted to kind of improve it as I go along, which maybe I should do, but it's not technically tracing. Okay. So that is my H. I'm just going to do the high part with this for right now because I'm going to kind of talk about some other stuff. All right. Now maybe I should continue because otherwise I'm going to move. So I'll continue. I'll just finish the rest of this with the same chalk marker. So again, this is all going to change depending on where you're sitting. So standing, I should say. And I'm not tracing that exactly. Probably should have been, but I didn't. All right, so now I can move. So what I want to demonstrate with this is, first of all, kind of re-demonstrate based on where the camera is. It's going to be kind of hard to do, but you can see how it kind of moves in conjunction with the thing you're being traced in the background. It's kind of moving when you move. So that's what I mean when you move around when you're doing it. So if you were to like do a very large thing like this, it'd be a little harder to do, but you're going to try to stay in one spot and just kind of keep that going, or at least stay in a spot that is like centered to a certain point, and then when you move over here, just center that, You know, it's real complicated. Which is why this might not be the best method for direct transferring when you're trying to get something like exact. Like maybe it's a logo or something for a company. But it is relatively easy to do because it's glass. Now again, this is a window. If you were making a sign, it might be a little easier because again, it's probably only one pane of glass, so it's not going to be as bad. There's still a little bit of like refraction from, depending on where you look, depending on where you look. But you also probably wouldn't be doing it vertical like this. You'd be doing it like overhead. So it'd be easier to kind of stay in the same spot that way. I don't know what's wrong with me. I got the hiccups. Anyway, it would be easier when you're doing something like a sign, depending on how big it is, if you put it like on a table or some kind of surface and you're drawing like from overhead rather than drawing on a window. That's different. But, you know, the point is we got this pretty much what it's supposed to look like.